Where to start with Mr. Winsor, I suppose, really. I suppose you start with the background of the government at the moment, especially in Mr. Cameron, the Prime Minister, who, without a doubt, has a dislike of the police, is the only word I could use, trying to be polite here. Mr. Cameron was part of the Sheehy inquiry and seems to hold a grudge against the police and has done for the last God knows how many years. And it seems to all in the police service that he has brought the ultimate person to provide a report, allegedly independent, about policing and the way forward. And I have to say, for most people on the street, it seems it's not about the way forward, it's about reformation of the police. It isn't about money, because if you look at what happened in Winsor 1, Police Federation of England and Wales provided a massive amount of savings, far more than the government ever wanted, which was flatly turned down. What it's about, I think there's no doubt about it at all, is reforming the police. The Conservative Party in opposition made various statements via Mr. Cameron that the police were the last bastions of society, the public service that hadn't been reformed, and if they got in power, they were going to sort them out. Well, I think if you look at what's happened, that's all coming home to roost, and Mr. Winsor has been appointed by the government as their puppet, without a doubt, to do their dirty work. He has no background at all in policing, which some would say is probably a good thing. What I would say to that is there are friends of mine who are doctors and who are consultants, and they would say, if you had someone come to do a reform of the health service, would you give it to a person who had no medical training? I think the answer would be quite clearly no. He has taken no account of what the police officers have actually said. So is Mr. Winsor being fair? Is he being objective? And I think the answer is no. Has he done the government's bidding? I think the answer is yes. So I think, in short to your answer, people don't think he's doing a fair report. And really, he's just not being fair. I don't think anybody expects there to be no change in the police service. And I've done 36 and a bit years. I'm going to retire at the end of this week, and I would be the first person to admit there are some things, without a doubt, that need to change. And what most people find very destructive in their words is, I agreed to take less money, to work in the public service, not to be the best paid person in the world, but to give a service to the public, which most of them try to do very hard every day, and now their own terms and conditions are going to be destroyed by a government that allegedly said they were going to represent law and order, which is very hard for all police officers to really stomach.